Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Let's get started.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show with Mike O'Mara, Oscar Santana, and Rob Spiewak. Now, here's Mike.
Hey, Porky McCellulite. You can't eat the Costco protein bars like they're chocolate chip cookies on a plate, okay? Tubby Fadigan, live from the Podville Media in Washington.
Did not expect
DC.
that.
And around the world, you are listening to the Mike O'Mara Show. Welcome to the party, and please join us along with our friends in great places like Wellsville, New York, Leavenworth, Washington, Ding Dong, Texas, Bakersfield, California, Taichung, Taiwan, and Schwabes Gmünd, Germany. Yeah, why not call me right at the beginning? Absolutely.
Who is it?
Who's calling
Scam
you?
likely. I'm going to go ahead and...
let him
Yeah,
know,
I wish
let
you
him know,
would.
Let him know.
Please.
Let him know.
Hello?
Hello, this is Nathan with the News Press, and reaching out to you today, Mr. O'Mara, because we actually have some updated routes and guaranteed delivery times on a special we're running.
No, I
right
took
now.
the news. I took the
$60.
news press, and it was late every time.
Okay, we have done some updates with our delivery service. We're actually able to monitor the routes a lot better.
Ask
Well,
if they
it-
still have the fake news section.
paper gets-
Do you still have the
Go
fake?
ahead.
Do you still have the fake news section?
What about the Daily
fake
Planet?
news section.
The FX News. How about the comic book section? Is the comic book section good?
Yeah, it has the funnies on there.
How about the beginning of my business day? I don't want to be bothered section. Do you have that section in there?
He turned.
Yeah, he did.
I like his.
No, you know what? You have a job. You have a job to do. I understand
Guy's
that.
unflappable.
I'm just in the middle of a business.
Ask him
meeting
about-
Ask them to
right
go
now.
digital.
No. Excuse me. Can I just finish this
Say,
and we
hey,
can get on with the
It's
show?
2023.
Please?
Yeah.
Digital.
Hi, I'm taping a show right now.
Okay, I understand.
Okay.
Ask
no
him if the
problem.
carpet matches
pleasure
the drapes.
talking
No,
with
that's-
you
that's
here
gross.
yesterday.
For him?
Thank you very much.
I thought you
Ask him about the
wasn't
goddamn Wordle.
He's gone.
He's gone.
You know,
He's
Mike,
gone.
there was really one great highlight there that kind of went under the radar. He said, yes, we have the funnies.
Yes, we have the funny.
Who says funnies anymore? It's not. We're not in World War
Probably
II.
an older guy that's trying to make a little extra money. And I didn't want, I didn't feel like beating him up.
No.
Maybe it's the
We're
tone
on the
of the
internet.
week this week, you know?
And on like
I mean,
on radio somewhere. KCJJ,
yeah.
hi.
I mean, I understand that. Yes.
We're doing the best we can.
With
what we have.
I identify with the whale, though. I finally watched the whale. Let me give people, if you're planning on watching Academy
Gambling.
Award winner Brendan Fraser,
Gambling movie?
Not again.
that would be one. That would be a great.
Yeah, right.
I could write
A lot
that
more fun.
screenplay.
Yeah.
A guy that, but there's some horrible stories about whales.
Yeah.
You know,
But you have to include the one great line, Mike. Better up there than, God forbid,
Down here.
down here.
Yeah.
Anywho, the Brendan Fraser. Be prepared if you watch this movie. I don't want to have happen to you, listeners, what happened to me when I turned it on. So I turn it on while the fam is doing their thing, and it's all me, and I get to watch a little movie. And I turn it on, and I notice that the aspect ratio of the television is not quite normal. It doesn't fill the whole screen. It's just a little
It's a
square
square.
box.
Yeah.
And so that's
Not
uncomfortable. I
letterbox,
said,
yeah.
you immediately said, and by the way, filmmaker, absolutely from the bottom of my heart,
Yes.
without any question, Darren Aronofsky, absolutely, completely unnecessary for the film. Oh, you want to create that feeling that he's in a small space. That is BS. You had a fine movie, but you didn't need to do that. And also, I noticed another thing, that in his little apartment, all the lights are on, but it is extremely dark. Dark to the point of not being able to see well. And I said, okay, I've got the square picture. Because people consume movies on the little screen now.
Right.
So combine the fact that it's square with the fact that it's extremely dark. And I'm like, uh-oh, my television is pooping the bed.
Yeah.
I've got problems.
Square
Don't
out
put yourself through that. There's more than enough square out.
Do you think that it's so dark because it makes the makeup look better?
That's a point that I didn't hear. I heard that's an interesting point, but I don't think so really, but that's a great idea.
Yeah.
And maybe they're right about that. But it made it very frustrating.
Oh, dear.
Oh, here we go.
And be aware of the fact that that's going to happen, so don't trouble yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Litos
It's
doesn't
the way
cut
the movie.
corners.
It's the way the movie's supposed to. What's that?
Litos doesn't cut corners.
No. Great pizza.
I just think you should be aware of it.
It's
And-
Aronofsky?
Aronofsky, I think,
Yeah.
is right? Yeah.
Yeah, he made it all about
he's
him.
the,
He made it
director.
all about him. I turned it on. I was like, what the hell is
Did
this
he make it
garbage?
on a phone or something? Is that why it's got the small
No.
aspect
No, it's
ratio?
not that kind. It's got all the values of a regular movie and great performances. Super dark, super sad.
It's sad.
It's very sad. It's very, very sad. Guy that leaves his family because he falls in love with a man, and the man is either sick. They don't go into real detail about this, but the man ends up committing suicide. So the man that he fell in love with and left his family for is gone, and he begins to eat himself to death. Mm-hmm. That's the gist of it, and all the relationships that follow. Really great performances, but I found myself, when he's eating his meatball sub with extra cheese, I found myself identifying my. Yes, Oscar, you had something to say.
The little I've seen of the film,
Yeah.
this is not a film that if you're like, I just want to take my mind off the world and sadness.
No, it's not.
No, you're not zoning out. You're really taking personal. What is it? Account.
Yeah.
And you're reflecting on when you're gluttonous,
Mike,
sadness.
I applaud that you are taking this view of it, because that's the reason I'm scared to watch it.
Too close.
Yeah, a little too close to home.
Yeah, because fat people have always eaten like this guy eats occasionally.
Does he eat
and
in
it's
secret
disgusting.
and not around anyone else?
No, because
or-
there's no one around. He's in his
Okay.
apartment by himself, so
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
Did he get
And
two knishes on the way home?
I'll do anything for food.
Yeah, we have.
You don't
Here's
have
the
to play it
clip
again.
from the Oscars.
And I'll do anything for food.
All right, that's enough.
I'm sorry, I didn't get to my point. I just give
Go
you
ahead.
a quick aside. The fat suit that Brendan Fraser wears, which he gained a lot of weight.
Yes.
You can only go so far. An interview that I watched with him because I was compelled because his wrists look so real. Like you can see when well, at least in my eyes.
I thought they overdid the arms and the wrists, in my opinion.
Were
I
they
thought they
Popeye
overdid it.
like?
Yes.
They were Popeye like, Rob, right?
Yeah, separate.
And Rob can tell you, fat people, it goes in certain places. It goes in the ass.
Yep.
It goes in the upper arm.
Yeah.
ankles.
And it
Ankles.
goes in
The belly.
It certainly goes in the legs. But it doesn't really go down to the forearms. Well, I don't know. I suppose there are fat people that
They
have
said-
Every fat person is different, Mike, and that's what makes America great.
They said that they did their research, and in past movies, they always felt that these fat suits were not proportional to the person, and the research led him to figure out that this. So he gained a ton of weight as natural as possible.
They do the pendulated stomach very well.
So and then he wore what was almost an animatronic suit over himself with two separate arms. So the arms were separate from the costume, but part of the entire look.
Okay.
Oh, so the arms, like when he's sitting there.
He's putting like huge sleeves on, apparently.
Oh, okay. All right. I get that. You know what? His performance, the reason he won the Academy Award, his performance, Oscar, was so good that you kind of forget about it. You kind of forget.
Yeah.
Is he disgusting to look at? Yeah, he's a mess. But at the same time,
It's sad.
You forget
yeah.
about the fat suit
Yeah.
and the fat in general, and just that. Although the fat is the whole thing,
Right.
and you feel bad for the guy who's, I thought it was a really well worth it. On to the next biggie, Everything Everywhere All at Once, which I've started and stopped because I think that movie, will you guys correct me if I'm wrong, requires a bit of concentration.
You can't.
focus.
You cannot be on your phone. You can if you
gotta
want,
kinda
but then
focus
you're
on
gonna people are gonna ask you what just happened.
You've watched it?
Yes, it's a great
And
film.
you got to focus on it,
It's
right?
a great film. My wife doesn't have the capacity to watch it. She's
Well, that's
like,
a
what just
nice way to put it.
Well, because no, she's on TikTok, like looking at makeup tutorials. I'm like,
Yeah, and my wife doesn't focus
you
on
keep on
movies
asking
either.
me what just happened. I'm like, you got to read the subtitles. This is great.
Is anyone in a fat suit in it?
No, but they did say a bon.
Are you going
to
to take a peek at it?
Of course. Yeah. I'm actually I plan to watch it with my son this week.
Have you? And you don't want to watch The Whale because
I will watch it, but
Let's wait a year.
I won't be excited about it.
You got enough sadness in your life.
Wait a year.
Wait a year.
So as we come into the studio today,
I sent you an itinerary, by the way. Hello. Did you see that?
Oh no, I did not.
Oh,
was that late last night?
No, there was this morning, 8 a.m.
Oh, it's
I didn't
nice.
see it.
I was
usually
like, let
look
me
for
give Mr. O'Mara what he needs. And I CC'd your wife on it. We'll be there for 4 days. I can't wait to see you all. Not this weekend, the following weekend. This weekend, by the way, meet and greet.
Don't see
I'm
it.
going to be in Boston.
You did not copy me on the
No,
itinerary.
I know. This is more for the hosts.
Yeah, well, I would like to see it anyway.
You must have sent it to Carla. All I got was Chaz Palminteri, which was a very funny TikTok.
This morning.
Oscar sent all of us when he's talking about how he hates being in New York.
Yeah, 1
or
hour ago. It
wherever he
came
is,
from my
so.
corporate email at Podville Media. So
Oh, an email.
an email.
Oh, it's an email. Okay, I'll
Yeah.
check my email. That's good. So getting back to the news story of the day, Oscar came in and brought it up. I try to put stuff like that out of my mind when I'm coming in here, but I think that Oscar wanted to talk about it, and I figured I'd like to get as much of it as I can about this bank meltdown, where these big banks are failing.
Contagion Nation?
I feel as though banks failed during the Depression, and we had the financial crisis of, what was it, 08?
Yes.
09?
Yes.
But all of these financial emergencies that we have suddenly just pop up. The way when last I read the book, we were combating inflation by raising interest rates, and interest rates going up was affecting the stock market negatively. And then flash forward to banks failing. And now, where are we? How dangerous is it?
They're not all failing.
They're not all failing, but it's just
be clear.
It's a scary climate to begin in. My question for you, if you know the answer to this,
I can give my best shot.
when a bank fails, like the one in Silicon
Valley Bank, Signature Bank.
What causes a large financial entity that on the surface appeared to be fully functional? What is the initial cause of something like that?
Let me be clear. I'm not with big bank or big government.
You're not a financial analyst.
I'm not. Yes, do not. You listen to me. Probably not. 50-50, right?
All right.
But the facts are this. So this has nothing to do with advice. It just is. These are the facts. The banks didn't have a problem at first, except for they had an issue. And this is going to get so wonky and weird. They bet on treasury bonds that because of the government raising rates so quickly that SVB, for example, had bought a treasury bond at 2.
That's Silicon Valley Bank.
Thank you. Had bought a treasury bond for 2.5, and by the time when they needed liquidity, by the way, treasury bonds are supposed to be safe.
Sure.
They're not doing anything crazy.
You're saying
Right.
2.5 interest?
Yes. When they wanted to sell it to create some liquidity, they actually wanted some cash to shore up their bank. There was bonds at 5%. So no one's going to buy their 2.5%.
So they're stuck with them.
Treasury bonds.
And let me make this clear. So what Oscar's talking
Not Barry
about
bonds.
is that they buy the bond and you're locked in at an interest rate.
Correct.
And then when you try to cash in or sell your bond because you need some financial assets,
You want some cash.
nobody's buying it because what was 2.5 is now 6.5 or 7. And
You'd rather
why
get
not?
those. You
Sure.
get those.
And it also tells me why be in the stock market at all now, and could we be looking at a stock market crash? Futures down
No.
something like 500 today. No,
No
you
crash.
Don't think so?
No crash. The Fed acted quickly. They put a stopgap in. They're essentially saying that no banks will fail, and there's a lot of ideological questions about that. But the latest news is just because when people are taking a breath is, and by the way, SVB, I'm not saying they didn't do anything wrong. That bank was built upon deposits and startups and high yield companies and borrowing against a stock that was supposed to go public that didn't go public. It's just They should have done a better job of governing themselves. But what caused the bank run, Mike, was people like us and the level of information that moves on Twitter and TikTok.
Wicked fast.
Where people were scared and they went in, and these large companies and founders were like, well, I don't want to miss a payroll. If they have a problem, I'm getting my dollars out now.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what created that crash.
So once there's a crack, it becomes a huge gap.
By the way, it is the
because everyone acts on
second
it.
largest bank failure in United States history.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying it's not nothing.
So it's hard not to compare it to the 2008 crisis. With that.
Well, those are based on mortgage-backed securities. This is a different animal. But should there be a lot more oversight from bank managers? Yes. Should they claw back all the bonuses that went to the banks? Yes. The executives that went out on Friday, the optics are terrible. What happened last night, and I was up around 3 a.m., right? Mike, I'll be at the National Press Club today around noon in a suit on a panel.
Really?
Talking about podcasts.
That's exciting.
Yes, it'll be great.
Are you pro or against?
I'm pro. I'm pro. Thank you.
Will Podville Media be mentioned?
They will be. It's for the
Will the Mike O'Mara show be mentioned?
Stop making it about you.
Will Mike O'Mara himself be mentioned?
Podville Media is actually sponsoring the panel, which is always nice. I'd
like to sponsor it too.
Please, for 2 seconds, move along. You asked me a banking question. I'm trying to answer it.
I think we can get your picture on the program.
So
it's a little late.
Hey, Jeff Hancock. I got to send this out to Jeff Hancock. Jeff Hancock, we're all going to look good when we're in New Orleans, so you got to get a new publicity photo for us.
Yes.
That's right. A free one.
Right.
Great call.
So Jeff,
Mike.
if you're out there. Oh, yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Last night around 3 a.m., I'm looking at, I turn on the financial news. I know I just
God,
woke
you're
up.
a party animal.
I woke up, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, what's going on here? And Credit Suisse, I don't even know how you say it.
Credit Suisse?
Credit Suisse.
You see that they're having an issue. And the issue...
Look at my Swiss Army.
Suisse.
Go ahead.
Well, that's the way the guy said it online. I was like, is it Swiss or Suisse?
Mike, I don't know much about Switzerland, but I know the flag is a big plus.
I like Swiss Mies.
I love their watches.
Oh, I do. And the hot chocolate.
Even though I'm wearing a Japanese watch now.
And how about,
look at you.
What about the cheese with the holes
She
in it?
stands alone.
That I agree.
I feel like I've bored you. The bank, their main investor announced last night that they can't continue to invest in the bank because of the regulatory affairs in Europe. So Credit Suisse needs some cash infusion.
Okay.
The Saudis say they can't put more than 10% into the bank because of government regulations in Europe and in Switzerland or whatever it is, the EU. And so they're like, well, then if you can't put more money in, who's going to come in and back you? Which has created this contagion, as they say, to say like, what's happening now? If I'm you or you're me and you have a horizon, you don't need to retire in the next 5 to 10 years and you can like wait it out.
Would I be correct in saying that the world of finance has been a bit of a quagmire, a bit of a depression fest for the last 6 to 8 years?
No, you're wrong. There was a great bull run for the last 18 years, the last 2 years, the last year.
Well, I never see it.
It depends on like your portfolio and how aggressive it is and what you were able to be exposed to. But everybody's taking a hit right now. Everybody.
Sucks.
Everybody.
Went up yesterday.
You say I never see it.
Yeah, I sound like Steve Bridges.
Yeah.
I don't understand what's going on. Rob, what do you think?
I don't want panic,
how do you think
is
it
what I'm
affects
saying.
you?
It doesn't affect me because
There it
all
is.
of my money is in microphones.
That's it.
Yeah.
Amen.
They continue to appreciate.
I remember.
Sometimes I want to be you and not worry about certain things more than anything else.
I
really do.
I think it's relative to not your lot in life, but like what you're willing to spend your energy worrying about. Mike, I'm not proud of this.
You know what I spend my
Yes.
time thinking about? I spend time almost 80% of my bandwidth. 20% is both the show and my family, and 80% is thinking about my kid.
Yeah. So
That
Valid.
part of my life is wonderful.
this weekend, I was, as the kids say, on on tilt, right? Full tilt.
Okay. I thought Tilt was a dating website for a second.
We had by the way, a text has come in from Matthew Bloom.
Yes.
Matthew Bloom writes, none of this would be happening if we had just voted for Trump.
That's a good point for me.
Yep.
How dare
Goddamn
you?
Democrats, regulations.
Because
You're funny, man.
The SVB, the Silicon Valley Bank issue, Mike, I can tell you this now because it's not impacted. But I was, at least as of now,
right.
I was terrified that a lot of our advertisers were going to have issues paying for their advertising because
I remember you said that to me.
because of and I remember logging on trying to figure out which banks were paying us. We have one AI.
I want to reassure everyone though.
Yes.
Okay, when we worry about in the event that the advertisers don't, I just want to make it really clear. In the event that advertisers stop supporting this show, we will not do it anymore. Just wanted to reassure everybody.
Thank you for clarifying.
Thank you.
Crystal
very much.
clear.
You know, what I love about you, it's always clear. It's not black and white. Like
I don't have any.
I mean, it's not gray. It's always black and white.
Black and white.
No gray market on this show. You know,
no
I
gray
think
gardens.
It's going to be. I mean, that's it. I think that we'll just wait and see.
The email that really alarmed me is we have an automation, an AI company that we pay tens of thousands of dollars on the Podville side.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And they wrote us an email on Friday evening of last week, and they said, please do not make further payments to Silicon Valley Bank as we've moved to Bank of America. That type of email that's off-putting, right? Where you're like, whoa.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah.
But I think what I'm hearing from you is that
you just
keep
gotta
your
stay
eyes
the
up,
course.
but
Stay
there's
the
not
course.
much you can do.
Yeah, don't get into crypto.
Don't get it. Well, that's all. I've known that forever.
Sure.
Although we haven't known that, we've told our listeners.
No. If you've got,
crypto.
not right now. I'm saying if you have it, hold on to it. Don't go crazy. Don't sell it Don't take a haircut for it.
Well, I'm going to say this: that based on this, I probably will have an adult beverage on St. Patrick's Day. Although we are not having our big party, as was mentioned while I was getting destroyed by Mark Miller the other day. We are not having our big party.
It was going to be.
Carla's schedule. She's working right up to the wire on Friday, and then she goes right back in on Saturday because this is just my estimation for you Tourons out there. This week, I wrote it this way. This week is the top of the mountain for Tourons in Florida. This is, to me, based on not the morning commute, because the morning commute is A-OK. I noticed that it's just, it's chill. It's heavy. People are going to work. There are lots of work to be done down here. But afternoons are badass. And you have moves like from an Ontario, Canada license plate.
Oh, I love Ontario.
Will go across 3 lanes of traffic because they are missing their turn for the beach.
Yeah, they got to get to the beach.
Well, the sunset for the beach. The traffic taking the left to go down to Fort Myers Beach, God love them. They need all they can get down there, was like I've never seen it. And I think not only is it people going down to see the sunset, but it's the looky-loos that want to see what's going on down there. And they're coming back. The people are coming back. We talked to the strip guy. You know, we'll see what happens. But 2 things regarding spring break forever. Nice to know that they are bringing boxing back to spring break. You know, it was gone for a while. No, it never was.
I was going to say, was it ever a thing?
It's a thing now. They bring boxing gloves down, and all the kids in their drunken stupors stand in a circle and watch 2 kids with boxing gloves pummel each other. And by the way, if I was a spring breaker, and this was all the way back in the early 1980s, late 1970s, I wouldn't mind that. Taking a little natty bow out on the beach and watching a couple of people slam each other. Wouldn't participate.
Yeah.
Although if I had enough beer, I might participate.
Well, Mike, you'd probably do a little side fight. That would be not part of the original thing.
No.
May I clarify to our audience?
Yes. What?
This is like hundreds of kids on the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a random person having boxing gloves. And then setting up what are
this isn't organized in any really
an impromptu
strong way.
Fight club of drunkards fighting each other.
Does it replace volleyball? Is volleyball still a thing?
That's not what's trending on TikTok.
Okay.
It's these boxing matches on Daytona Beach or in Fort
kind of a
Lauderdale.
variant, not really, but somewhat of a variant on the boxing matches you see. Backyard boxing, it's called, where the neighborhood has a little boxing
or
match.
celebrity boxing with Danny Bonaducci.
It's just
it's trashy.
But there's no
and the
rhyme or
late
reason
Dustin
to
Diamond.
It.
Yes,
they go down on the beach. They make a circle, and two guys box for a while until
Have you seen what
guy,
the girls are doing?
No. Are the girls boxing?
Do you? I don't even. I think I
settle.
I played freshman football, not well. That's why I was only a freshman.
Really?
Yes. And there's a drill where you are laying down and then you hop up and then you run and you tackle.
Oh,
each
that's
other.
the enema drill. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
What does that even mean?
You're lying down.
Yes.
They do it.
Yeah.
And you get up and run to the bathroom.
You're
I'm ready, coach.
You're roughly 10 yards separated from the center. You pop up and then you tackle each other in the middle.
Okay.
And the girls are.
You explain that. I care about what you say on this show. So when you explain something horrifically and in a way
I don't
that's
know
difficult
enough,
to
I can't
understand,
even
you're laying behind the center and then you
so
tackle each other.
imagine
Who, you in the center?
Imagine there's a fake 50-yard line on the beach.
Yes.
Okay, so the 50-yard line.
I'm picturing it.
You're right in the middle. Thank you. And then at the 40-yard line of each side of the field, you have a spring breaker laying on their back, eyes to the sky.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the whistle blows. They pop up and they're supposed to tackle each other at the 50-yard line.
So they got to pop up and run to each other.
Yes.
Just a collision?
A collision, though, and these are women tackling each other.
These are the women that this is happening on this spring break.
Yes.
I'm getting in the car and driving over the lawn.
And then sometimes, instead of tackling each other, they smooch each other.
Oh, so it's a choice.
It's a choice.
Oh,
so
wow.
if two of the girls make
Yes.
an arrangement,
Yes.
Was there any of that during your freshman football?
No.
The kissing?
No.
Okay, just
It's
checking.
a lot of tackling and me wincing.
the guy
Senior winces.
that has a child that's spring break age would be Rob Spiewak with not really Julie anymore. She's evolved. But Robert the third. I wrote this, Rob. I wrote boxing on the beach, and then I said keeping them alive, which is really, as the teen years approach, as they get into the teens, that becomes even more and more important.
Yes.
And really, there is nothing that devastates me more, and I mean this sincerely, than hearing about one of these kids on spring break taking a swan dive off a hotel balcony or doing something, or alcohol poisoning, keeping them alive. Boxing, going down to the beach and having a boxing match, I think there are a few other things that would bother me.
Robert had long-range plans to go to Florida this spring break, but there was no money. He didn't have any money. He's lost his job at Walmart. He's between jobs.
That is
lost his job?
news.
Well, he quit.
Bury the lead.
He hated it.
Did he quit or did he get fired?
He
Tell
quit.
the truth.
He quit.
Well, you can't just roll that off your tongue. What happened?
Because he was frustrated with the lack of organization towards him, that they would not give him stuff to do. And he was in menswear.
I can corroborate based on looking. How often do you look around Walmart and see people doing
nothing,
really not having a mission?
Right. And so
it's interesting that
he's still looking for a job. But so
he wanted more work and they wouldn't give it to him.
Precisely. Yeah. Let's say that. So he came home for spring break.
Wait a minute. Didn't your old radio partner talk about in a big box store where there's that level of disorganization, can't you take that opportunity?
You can make
and
something
go
of
back
it.
into the warehouse and sleep in a bathtub or something like that?
Yeah, you can nap. You can nap in the racks.
He probably could do that. But he's choosing not to.
Are you buying the fact that he left because they didn't give him enough to do? That doesn't sound like him.
I think that he gets frustrated with bad management, and he has had that issue ever since he started working. He hates bad managers. It really frustrates him. And so, I do buy it.
Why does everybody blame management? Like, you can make the most of your own situation.
That's true, Oscar. You want to call Robert?
You can find something. He's getting bitter already. He's getting defensive already.
Well, what I'm saying is this, is because of the lack of money, Robert is spring breaking at home, and I couldn't be any more pleased because there'll be no swan diving, there'll be no boxing, there'll be no heavy drinking. He's just he's chillaxing, and he's doing great, and it's great to have him. And I'm
Yeah.
very
And he'll be ready to go when they go back to school. Probably.
He'll be very ready to depart on Saturday. But it's nice to have him right now. So
All right.
as far as keeping him alive, it's a pretty good situation.
Mike, worth going.
Just freak me out when Michael gets to be that age, but I won't even know where he is. I won't even know where I am.
Oh,
so that's
you
gonna
will.
Be fine.
That'll
be fine.
You should go down and do a little recon. The one takeaway from all the videos I've been watching, sheer research, is that the fullback bikinis, they don't exist anymore. They just don't.
Fantastic.
Like it's not like
fantastic.
Like I this is not a family beach. It's not, and I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm. I'm okay with that everywhere. Well, not not on certain people.
Not if you're on Disney cruise.
But yeah, I think
Mike O'Mara says, I'm okay with it everywhere.
No, I think that it's wonderful to see that. It's like, covering up the parts. That's all it is. And there's nothing like
They are as God made them, Mike.
A fit person to be
dudes,
in that situation.
Though, the trunks on guys, they're basically like boy shorts now.
Big board shorts with the big long.
Oh, no, that's out.
Yeah.
The board shorts aren't the thing anymore?
If I see more thighs on guys, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Are they wearing like super shorts?
Like
shorts?
Almost Euro.
Oh, God. Yeah. All right. Well, that's my personal preference. I don't care for that.
Well, wait till you see what I have cooked up for New Orleans.
Yeah. Shannon tried to have me buy a pair of Chubbies. This is the type of shorts that
I've seen them sold in stores, Chubbies. And it's totally wrong for what they, well, I suppose not if you use the one definition of that word.
I thought they sponsored the making of the movie The Whale.
No, that's Chubbies are
different
not.
types
You
of
would think they'd
situation.
be shorts for fat guys.
Yeah,
By the
I would
way,
think so.
Mrs. O'Mara, and I explained to her there are golf shorts and then there are hangout in the backyard shorts. And if you mix the two, which is for one reason, length of them. I am not wearing a 1975 Boston Celtics pair of shorts.
No, that's a style now.
To go out on the golf course.
Now.
I know that is
the style in trunks and in athletic wear.
I hate either way. I hate below the knee, where either you're such a schlubby McSchlubbigan that the size you get, and I hate it when it's over 3 inches from the knee. I think it looks stupid on a golf course. Now, running around the pool, that's perfect at a pool. I have short shorts around the pool.
Nice.
I didn't mean short shorts, but I mean
you
whatever
wear
it is.
Shorts.
Yes.
Who wears shorts? But for the kids doing this, what I think the point I wanted to make is keeping them alive is important. Boxing. What the hell? You want to blow off a little steam? You're down there. You're having fun. Nobody gets hurt.
Better than getting arrested.
It's better than getting arrested. And, they're kids. All kids go crazy this time of year. That's the way it goes. Well, this is the commercial.
Man, dig that crazy chick.
Oh, you got the bad version of it, though.
This is not from the commercial.
How did you get the non-sexual version of that? Where's the one with the ladies singing? That was a classic jingle sung by women.
But this is the original hit single.
Wow.
Gross.
Yeah, you mean the hit single, not the commercial?
No, this is the Royal Teens from like 1958, I think.
Wow.
But it's based on this, of course.
That commercial and Calgon Take Me Away with the lady in the tub.
Right.
Always made me feel strange.
Well,
like when Bugs Bunny would dress up as a girl bunny. Yeah.
The scene in The Whale that I enjoy the most is when he slips on his chubbies.
Oh dear.
There's a scene in there, and I don't want to look.
You're not spoiling anything.
No.
There's a scene, if you don't want to hear anything that happens, there's a scene where I believe it's the locked door to his former boyfriend's room.
Okay.
And he wants to go in, I guess, and reminisce and go down memory lane.
Yeah.
And he reaches for the key that he's got on top of the door jamb, and it slips and falls to the floor. And he realizes at that moment he has no way, due to his expansive weight, of picking up that key.
Gravity.
You know what?
Yeah.
That's just he needs to have a can-do attitude. What if he got a piece of chewing gum and put it on a stick?
Well, he has his stick, but his stick is unable. His pinchers are not able to have
grab a key.
The delicacy to pick up the key.
That's why you need the chewing gum.
And I identified only because when I had hip surgery, when I'm leaning down to get a ball out of the cup. If you want to know what it looks like, I urge you to rent the movie Somebody Loves Mary, and the guy that has the back injury, the fake back injury, when he's leaving the office and he drops his keys. Take a look at him. That's me picking up a golf ball on the golf course. That's the way it works, where my hands start to shake and all that. Anyway, I don't know what the hell did we do in that opening break. Well, it was all over the place.
We purged.
Just like this show. We purged ourselves. We will come back with the news of the day and all things that matter to you. Right here on the Mike O'Mara Show. Thanks so much for listening. Stay the course. Keep your money in the bank. Thank you.
Order!
Had a great drive to school with my kid who was talking about Harvard. Said he wants to be a lawyer. Dad, I think I want to be a lawyer. I said, why is that? He said, because I like to argue.
He could be, you know what? Kid lawyer.
Your Honor, I object.
I'll allow it.
Have you been heard on a podcast? It's no time to play grab-ass, fella. It's time to get tough and call the law offices of Michael William O'Mara, kid attorney.
So an Irishman walks into a pub.
O'Mara is on the case, and you'll get the money you deserve. The Mike O'Mara Bonus Show is so funny, it should be illegal. Get a Bonus Show subscription today through the link at MikeO'MaraShow.com. Michael William O'Mara, kid attorney.
Oh, yeah, it's driving me nuts.
He knows all about the birds and the bees, but it's his opponents in the courtroom who are really
You can't handle the truth.
Don't mute your microphone during the commercial break. Hey, everybody. Mike O'Mara here. KiwiCo is defining the future of play by making it engaging, enriching, and seriously fun. They create super cool, hands-on projects designed to create a lifelong love for learning among kids. Each month, KiwiCo delivers crates packed with fun and sparks creativity with kid-friendly topics and activities. From engineering robots to learning about the science of cooking, there are interesting topics for every kid, and they do real hands-on skills to discover subscription lines for infants and preschoolers to teens and beyond. The moment of pride and accomplishment at the end of a KiwiCo project sparks creative confidence for the ongoing experimentation. Plus, there's no commitment, pause, or cancel anytime. Redefine learning with play. Explore hands-on projects that build creative confidence and problem-solving skills. With KiwiCo, get 50% off your first month plus free shipping on any crate line at kiwico.com/TMOS. That is 50% off your first month at kiwico.com/TMOS.
From the four corners of the World Wide Web and into your digital device, it's what you need to know. This is the homepage.
This is the homepage, ladies and gentlemen. Gwyneth Paltrow, it just seems like every 6 months or so she manages to find herself on one of these silly shows like mine, and this is why. Here is her latest health revelation that is going viral.
Oh, of course.
She's 50 now.
Is
Boy,
she?
It makes me feel, yeah. The 50-year-old actress doesn't look 50, went on a podcast and was asked to name the weirdest wellness trend she's ever done, to which she responded, I have used ozone therapy rectally.
Is that a green gas thing?
Well, you're half right.
Then she says, can I say that? It's pretty weird. She knows what she's doing.
Of course.
According to the Cleveland Clinic, if you're wondering. Now, listen, I know ozone therapy for automobiles, that if you have a car that you want to get a pristine scent. Why are you laughing at that?
Because it's for making it not smell bad, and it's just thinking about...
Well, specifically, if somebody's been a smoker, they use that to get it out of there. According to the Cleveland Clinic, ozone therapy uses medical-grade ozone created using an ozone generator device.
I believe
That's
ozone is O1, which is it's half of an oxygen molecule, and it's O3. Thank you, Pony. And it's that smell at bumper cars. You know that sort of weird smell when you're at bumper cars because of the electric and all the sparking.
But I haven't been on a bumper car in 30 years.
Well, you need to go to an amusement park.
Here. Just to make sure that the studio smells good. I keep an ozone generating device here. Well, I've got it over here. Let me turn it on. Hold on just a second. Okay?
Oh, yummy. Yummy.
To be honest, I can't smell smoke at all.
So anyway, a higher oxygen level can boost your immune system while promoting healing. It does that through cell regeneration, the process of replacing or repairing damaged cells, and she does it down at the Dookie Hole.
Well, here's about this, Mike. A, she's never done it.
Dookie Hole, I thought we'd get a better reaction. I love that old term.
I had my physical. I'm sorry, B. Go ahead.
I was going to say she's never done it, but she did design this comment to get herself trending in social media. I guarantee you she's never done it.
I had my physical last week.
Yeah.
I don't know, this past Saturday.
He's got 6 months.
And they called me and they said, "Hey, you're going to be up for the prostate deal for colon cancer screening."
Yeah, sure.
He didn't say it like that.
Are you up for it?
Hey, you up for that? Does he puts on the glove and he puts the gel on it? You up for the big test now?
Yeah, I'm looking in the jelly drawer. Are you up for this?
My colon guard or whatever it's called just arrived in the mail yesterday.
So
your
you
box?
didn't get the finger, you're going to do the box.
I got to do the box.
Please do that at home, by the way.
Squat.
Not at the office.
My problem is the aim. Avril Lavigne.
I said, Santos, you go in here. Send it in.
Got it. By the way, if you want to see the Saturday Night Live sketch
So great.
with Woody Harrelson, one of the best I've seen in a very long time. God, that was funny. Avril Lavigne got a little feisty with a topless streaker who crashed the Juno Awards. The singer-songwriter was on stage introducing fellow musician A.P. Dillon. Monday night, when things suddenly took a bizarre turn, a woman sauntered onto the stage with no security in sight. Here we go again.
Yeah.
With the lax security, she pranced around with a message scrawled across her back. The message read, "Save the Green Belt." That's a reference to a controversial residential development plan spearheaded by the Ontario government.
It's not about the city in Maryland?
No, not Greenbelt.
Okay.
Avril played it cool at first and ignored the woman, but then decided enough was enough. She turned to the woman and barked, "Get the F off! Get the F off, bitch!"
Wow.
That's what she said.
Man.
Security finally showed up, and it went that long. I watched the clip. It went that long. She's up there the whole time. I don't get what these companies that get paid a ton of money to do security for these events. I don't know what these idiots are thinking when someone gets up on stage. That's what they're there for at the foot of the stage or backstage.
They like topless women.
Yeah, well, it was very scary.
LDSS.
Later on, Avril joked about the strange encounter during her acceptance speech for another award, and she says, quote, "Now nobody try anything this time or the Canadian's going to come out of me and I'll F-a-B."
Wow.
I watched this. It almost seemed like it was part of the show in a weird way because it wasn't a rushing of the stage.
Yeah, it was relaxed.
Just she was just prancing onto the stage. I was like,
yeah,
this
she
is
wasn't
strange.
really even invading Avril's space,
correct.
but she was there where you could see her. So it was a little weird. It seems that Jimmy Kimmel's Oscars jokes aimed at Will Smith could have been more ruthless, but the show's executive producer didn't think it was appropriate. Here's the quote. "We didn't want to make it this year all about last year." That's Molly McNerney, the executive producer and the wife of Kimmel. She said, "I cannot tell you how many Will Smith jokes we had that then we got rid of. We think that only the best for that room made it. There were certainly some that went harder, but we didn't think that that was our place to do that. That should be Chris Rock, not us."
Ooh.
I don't know, Jimmy. I don't want to sound sexist, but it seems like the little woman
Don't stop
making
it.
an awful lot of decisions for you.
I don't know. If he had told those jokes, Mike, he would have felt remorse.
We're a team, Mike.
Yeah. And I wouldn't say that in front of her, though. No. This year's Oscars got a helping hand with some big movies and big names, leading to its best ratings since Hollywood. Give Jimmy Kimmel the credit he deserves for that. Not because of big names
We
in
called
big
it.
movies.
We called it, though. We said it was a better award show.
Yeah.
It was
this
a better
year.
award
It
show.
was.
Give
Yeah.
him credit and
Yeah.
give the producers credit. The 95th Academy Awards drew an average audience of 18.7 million viewers. I'm so glad that they did well. Not only its best showing since the pre-pandemic 2020 awards, but also the most watched award show on any network in 3 years. It was watched
Right.
because you had Jimmy Kimmel hosting it.
Yeah.
And
he did a great job.
let's be fair. What happened with Chris Rock and Will Smith,
Yeah.
everybody's looking in.
Yep. Absolutely.
That's
100%. I agree with you on that one. Okay. I fancy myself as somebody who cares about the environment. I love animals, but occasionally I feel like some organizations give fodder to their enemies. With the White House Easter egg roll just a few weeks away, PETA has asked Jill Biden to consider making a big change to the annual event. In a letter released Monday, the animal rights organization urged the First Lady to end the use of chicken eggs and switch to reusable plastic or wooden eggs. I did one of those, and I thought they used wooden eggs.
Well, the as I recall, the wooden eggs are usually signed by celebrities.
Okay, and then they use the real chicken eggs.
And they use
for
real
the
chicken
roll.
eggs, yes.
Anyway, or painted rocks, they suggested. Thank you. Or egg-shaped balls.
Oh, that was my
really?
old
That's
nickname.
Egg-shaped balls. All of which would last for years to come. PETA president, and I'm sorry, I don't want to slam an organization. I know they do so, but here's the president's name. Does this sound like the president of PETA?
No.
Ingrid Newkirk.
Oh, hi, Ingrid.
Ingrid Newkirk said the change would make the event extra special and inclusive of children who don't consume eggs for ethical, environmental, or health reasons.
Now, you see, but they need to know that Joe Biden only eats eggs. It's the only thing he eats.
Rob, do you happen to remember the name of the county that I live in? Do you happen to remember it?
I
by any
do.
chance?
It's
Yes?
Lee County.
Lee County, boys. That's right. The sheriff's deputies were summoned to a canal in Lee County with report of a suspected human hand in the water. They were able to recover the object and discovered it had once belonged to a mannequin.
Oh.
The Lee County Sheriff's Office said deputies responded with some anglers in Matlacha. That's an island area down here, really whacked by the hurricane. They reported spotting what appeared to be a human hand at the bottom of a 3-foot deep canal. Deputies responded and observed the object, making attempts to retrieve it from the dock. Would have loved to be there for that.
Yes, exactly.
Sheriff Corporal Jay Brett secured the use of a mini barge. They went all day to get this because they thought it was a human. My hat! Look at my hat! He was able to retrieve the item, which turned out to be a discarded mannequin hand. Look, never throw those out. I keep all of mine. I don't even put them in the recycling.
Great resale value.
It's hard to find mannequins.
Yeah, it is.
Right?
Yeah. We and by the way, the post from the sheriff's department where they're super funny said, "We are ready for every matter at hand."
Shtick.
Oh, okay, Mike.
There you go. And now a little something. 18 female guards and staffers were either fired or resigned from a cushy British male prison for engaging in hookups and other steamy sessions with inmates. That's according to the reports. The illicit activities at Britain's largest male prison date back to when the facility opened in 2017, and they have even resulted in 3 women facing jail time. One of the guards who was smitten, her name is Jennifer Gavan. She accepted money to smuggle a phone to a robber who was later, and it was later used to help the pair exchange intimate, pics. Those kind.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yes, I do.
Sexting each other. Guard Emily Watson had sex with a drug dealer who was in prison for causing death by dangerous driving. That sounds like one of those British written charges.
Hello.
The Honorable Attorney for the Defense should know that the death by dangerous driving charge will stand. Thank you. She performed a sex act on the inmate twice and had sex with him once while inside his cell. Wow.
Oh.
And a probation officer had a rendezvous with an armed robber, and the two also swapped highly sexualized pictures and videos. Let me see. The lady also additionally smuggled a pair of underwear for the prisoner inside of her bra. According to the court proceedings, when asked for comment, one of the prisoners said, "Yeah, baby." Oh, behave. Yes. Alston, are you having sex in the prison? Yeah, baby. Yeah. Thank you. Don't get much call for that one anymore. We'll take a break. And when we come back, we'll talk about St. Patty's Day fun.
Ah,
and
good.
see if, as the show has gotten more mellow, if anybody's planning on doing anything. We'll be right back.
How's it going, Mike?
I have an issue with printer streaking. A disembodied voice says, "Is it a laser printer?"
The solution was on the other side of this wall,
That's right.
saying nothing. He's like, no, just shake it.
Oh, that's not going to work. Just take the cartridges out and shake them.
Ichabod weighs in with shake it.
Shake it, baby.
Are you having technical issues with the Mike O'Mara Show or the TMOS bonus show?
That's right.
Have you tried unplugging it and plugging it back in? Never fear. Just email Ichabod at MikeO'MaraShow.com and shake it one time for me, honey.
And that's all. And that's all. Rob, I don't know how the listeners feel, but I sure get a nice feeling when I hear Twitch's voice on those promos.
It comforts me. It honestly comforts me.
We'll be doing that for a while, I think.
You do. When you wear those backless shorts, yeah, baby.
Every day. Hey, everybody. Stop it.
It's a different kind of comfort, Mike.
I have to sell something.
Yes, please do.
As the weather warms up and flowers start to bloom, it's the perfect time, yes it is, to take a fresh look at your financial planning. If you've been meaning to get life insurance but keep putting it off, now's the time with Fabric by Gerber Life. It's a quick and easy way to help protect your family's future so you can get back to enjoying life. Fabric has great policies like $1 million in coverage for less than $1 a day. It takes less than 10 minutes to apply and then personalize a quote to fit your family's needs. Plus, Fabric has a 30-day money-back guarantee, and you can cancel at any time. Fabric was designed by parents for parents to help you get a high-quality, surprisingly affordable term life insurance policy in less than 10 minutes. You could be offered coverage instantly with no health exam required. Protect your family today with Fabric by Gerber Life. Apply today in just 10 minutes at meetfabric.com/TMOS. That's meetfabric.com/TMOS. MEET, fabric.com/TMOS. Policies issued by Western Southern Life Assurance Company, not available in certain states. Prices underwater. I'm going to try that one more time.
Please.
I'm going to try to read it as fast as I can. Policies issued by Western. Here we go. Turn the music off.
Off. Music is gone.
Need full concentration.
Absolutely.
Policies issued by Western. Policies issued by Western Southern Life Assurance Company, not available in certain states. Prices subject to underwriting and health. Damn it!
You got it. You got this.
Policies issued by Western. I'm having trouble with the front and the end. Health questions and policies issued. All right.
All right.
Policies issued by Western Southern Life Assurance Company, not available in certain states. Prices subject to underwriting and health questions. Yes!
Yeah!
I did it.
Nice.
Sweet. Hey. Waha. All right, St. Patrick's Day. Originally, the O'Maras were planning on having... Oh, the unicorn.
I know you hate this.
But there were green alligators in the canal by the hand. Anyway.
By the hand.
Oh, it's wonderful. So I took out my mushroom and held it tight. I said, who's ready for a penis fight? Anyway,
It's a Friday. It's a Friday.
geese, some humpy-back camels, and some chimpanzees. But nobody can touch the penis of the unicorn. Well, hi everyone. My name is Mike O'Mara, and I'm Irish, and of course this Friday is St. Patrick's Day. Let me tell you why that's a special day. It's a special day because it's a Friday as well as the greatest Irish holiday of the year. So I'm curious as to know whether anybody's got any nice plans for the day. Now, I know Rob will be making probably corned beef and cabbage.
I already made it this weekend. I may make it again because it's Robert's...
Love to try yours someday. Hope I get the opportunity.
It's Robert's favorite dinner, which is weird for a youngish person.
It is.
I woke up on Sunday. I mean, Sunday we had it. I woke up on Monday. He had made at least 2 more visits to it overnight. All that was left was the leave-ins. Just the leave-ins.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oscar, you going to experience the thrills of... Shannon. See, that's
Shannon!
Shannon!
An interesting twist of fate. Shannon was like, are we going to celebrate St. Patty's Day in Boston? Because we're flying up on Friday. I'll be doing the show on Friday morning,
Right.
from Olney, Maryland, and then
So
packing.
you will arrive in Boston prior to St. Patrick's Day, which is one of the great cities in America to celebrate the day.
Well, no, he'll arrive on St. Patrick's Day, Friday.
Oh,
right?
you're leaving Friday morning.
We're leaving
Post-show on Friday.
Yeah, our flight's at 1 p.m.
So you get up there at 3, 4. You get there out of the airport by 4:30, 5 o'clock. You're ready for an evening.
Yeah, at 6
Are you
o'clock,
going-
a lot of people will start drinking. At
We're
6
going
o'clock.
out. We have dinner plans in Back Bay. So
Oh, yeah. We stopped by my sister's house.
we're ready to go. And I said, Shannon, we can always Uber home if you want to go out. She goes, she says, I've always heard about St. Patty's Day in Boston. We're going to be there.
You know, it's God, I hate to be a drag. But where you're going to be is where I was a few years back when we lost me mother. And I remember that she passed the day after St. Patrick's Day, and she was in rough shape the day I had sat with her most of the day. And then when I came home back to my sister's place, Kathy and Paul were abroad, and I remember watching everybody with their big old top hats and the shamrocks and walking around the streets and remembering how weird that felt. But there's no question, and especially where you are,
right?
That's a center of activity, and if you're so inclined, now you're going to their downtown location, not the beach, right?
Correct. They live in the burbs now, but my brother
they live in the burbs now.
Yeah, has made dinner plans.
What do you mind sharing the town that he's residing in now, or do you not want to share that?
Somewhere wealthy.
Okay.
Like it feels like
Wealthyburg.
It feels like
this is the way I can do it.
Chase.
This is the best way I can describe it. If you're getting in a car, and you want to drive downtown, how long does it take?
7 minutes.
Oh God, Rob.
Yeah, I know.
The rarefied air
must be nice.
Doesn't begin with a C, does it?
No.
Okay. All right. I'm just double checking. But man, oh man, the places that are close.
So he doesn't live in Calvert County.
You know what I've come to realize? If the houses don't look the same, you probably can't afford it.
That's true. That makes sense.
I drive through Happy Valley every day, where they bought a house, tore it down, and are now building their house, which to me always puts me in a bad mood. Yeah. When I see that, because I think of the artisans. It does, because I think of the craftsmen, the artisans, the plumbers, the electricians, the workers, the roofers, the concrete layers, the and they so I'll tear it down because I'd like to put the bathroom over here. So I think it's like that to me is get the pitchforks. How about let's support the proletariat, ladies and gentlemen.
So.
I'd be killed along with all the other
bourgeoisie. It reminds me of Foxhole or Chevy
Yes.
Chase, and I'm happy for my brother. He took the right path.
Mike, you have sort of a checkered past with St. Patrick's Day because as Irish as you are,
yes,
you love it, but you do.
You went all in on being Irish. You opened an Irish pub.
Yeah, and you associate it with your mother's passing,
Had a couple of great days when I had the Irish pub, and my fondest memory. Was
may I
such
guess?
A sweet.
May I guess your fondest memory is charging full price for green beer?
Oh, it's delightful. Nothing like it. Watching the cash registers open and the money pour in. But this is
it's
a
natural
story.
light. It's natural light is what it is.
Could I give you a sweet anecdote from
yes, please. I'm sorry
O'Mara's
to make it
Irish
all about
pub?
us.
So we would set up a tent outside, much like the tent there where the strip joint is down here in Fort Myers. No, we had an open air tent. And by the way, St. Patrick's Day, as has just been proven in the Northeast, you're going to get wackadoodle weather all the time up there. And I remember we had a tent, and then we had a breezeway, and then you went into the restaurant. And this is such a sweet story. One of the patrons got a little feisty, and unfortunately, we called them brush fires. When one patron would get feisty, there would be a drunker patron that would want to mix it up as well. And he was escorted from the bar and was causing a bit of a scene that my security people called the popo. When the popo arrived, this guy was being more difficult with them, so difficult that he was resisting and literally at my feet I think they tased him about 7 times.
Hey!
It's such a sweet story. I'll never forget that memory.
It screams Manassas, that story.
And didn't you open...
Hey, stop it!
Your pub would open early, right?
Yeah, 5:30.
Yeah.
Did you do the Green Eggs and Sam promotion?
Yeah, we did one of the. No, we didn't do Green Eggs and Sam. No,
Okay.
we never did that one. So, Oscar, are you thinking about it?
Well,
Seriously?
I have my wife. Like, I feel like if she wants something, she doesn't really ask. Like, we have to do something. And and it's not going to. I looked at the forecast. I know it's snowing there right now, but it's not going to rain or snow on Friday. And we're going to already be down there. And I already talked to my brother. I said, hey, like Shannon wants to go out. I know we've got you guys have the baby and stuff. But you want to get a sitter or something? He's like, no, we're good. But you guys can go and have some fun. So
you're going to land and go out in Boston.
Yes.
And have a little vacay for the two of you.
Yes.
That's really
All
cool.
Right. Yep.
Who will be watching Santos, or will Santos come along?
Santos is staying with my mom.
Okay.
This is going to be, I can't wait. So you guys are really going to do
We're gonna do
the
it.
town in a predominantly Irish city.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's going to be fantastic.
Well, yeah, I think I'm safe because I'm with a white woman.
What does
He's got. He has these preconceived
Boston is
notion
known for
about
being
Boston.
racist.
Well, no, Boston has always been known as a racist city. That's the way it is, you know. But by the way,
I'm not saying they are. That's what the rumor is.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah.
What's the one where Ben Affleck plays the cops that try to rob Fenway
The
Park?
Town?
Is that The Town?
Oh.
Yeah. By the way, when I ask Oscar to do something he doesn't want to do, I take out flowers and I start cutting the stems off, and I say, "No, you're gonna do this.
You're gonna send me the itinerary.
You're gonna do this for me. You know, you're gonna do this. You know. Let me explain to you. I ain't working for you. You know, I ain't doing that at all.
I work for you.
I know. That's
I've never said otherwise.
That scene, I don't know why I've watched that scene like 5 times where he shoots the florist.
What?
I'm going to go see the florist, who's the really the Whitey Bulger of the Boston area that they live in.
What are your plans for St. Patrick's Day? You were going to have a
I didn't know that you had a party thing. I completely forgot.
We canceled it early on. Remember, Millsy thought that party was canceled because of my behavior and me hating him. That's not the case. I was more concerned about him hating me, which he confirmed he did for a brief period of time.
Just a tip.
Yes. The thing is, she's busy. I'm going to honor that. I don't care, and I'm not. I'm still eyes on the prize. I don't want to go out and I just came off a member guest weekend, a golf tournament. I'm really, really, really fine with keeping it down to a dull roar and
maybe a
Jameson's
or two.
Maybe a Jameson's. Yeah, maybe a Jameson's.
Or maybe a Guinness.
Maybe a Jameson's, and I might even pick up something special, the brown liquor for that, and sip on that. I think that might be fun.
Jealous.
But I have to be careful because of the
You're
the
also
drugs I'm on.
you're losing weight.
Yeah, I didn't last night though.
Really?
Those Costco protein bars. Started eating them like they were a tray of, cookies.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we have to break.
The whole
Sorry.
tray.
The whole tray.
The whole tray. When we come back, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to finally talk about millennial throwbacks.
Great.
Cool.
All
Fantastic.
right. Oscar, is that more important than your hair grow pill? Because I'd really like to cover that if we can.
Yes, let's go millennial throwbacks.
Millennial throwbacks. Hey, millennials, pay attention. Get off that phone. We'll be right back.
He's a desperado that takes care of business.
I'm the wrangler, is what I am.
Riding and roping and always getting it done.
Did you see me wrangle before the show today?
You did a great job.
Yeah.
Sometimes trouble just follows a man.
Folks don't know much about him except for his name.
The Bolivian wrangler.
The Bolivian wrangler.
Put that on my tombstone.
He may not know basic American history,
When was the Bay of Pigs? The Roaring 50s. The Depression was in the 20s.
You're insane.
but when he wants to wrangle up some goods for the office or his hacienda,
Aye, that's Spanish for house.
he shops at Target and Walmart through the shopping center at MikeO'MaraShow.com. And with a few clicks, he can pick it up at the store or have it shipped to his door.
You'll thank me for this.
Shop like the Bolivian Wrangler because he knows that getting the big deals is mighty satisfying.
I'm feeling great.
Who was that masked man?
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. Hey, everybody, if you're trying to improve your health, hydration is a great place to start. Look at that. It's almost gone,
I
as
have
it
it
always
too.
is after a show. We all have our Liquid IV.
Absolutely.
Liquid IV is the hydration brand, people, that fuels your well-being. Their hydration multiplier just may be the one product you're missing in your daily routine. In just one stick, you get 5 essential vitamins and 2 times faster hydration than water alone. Use it first thing in the morning, before a workout, on long flights. Liquid IV is made with premium ingredients. It is non-GMO. You like flavor? Is flavor what you want?
Flavor? I like
is
flavor. Yeah.
Is flavor? Yeah.
Yeah, oh dear.
How about Concord Grape, lemon lime, pina colada, tropical punch, and watermelon, strawberry, passion fruit, guava. These are all real flavors from Liquid IV, and they are all delicious. They are great. Plus, Liquid IV is taking care of the world. They've donated 25 million servings in 50 countries around the world. Plus, it's the best way to start your day. So be like me, drink Liquid IV. Grab your Liquid IV in bulk nationwide at Costco, or you can get 20% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use code TMOS at checkout. That's 20% off anything you order when you shop Better Hydration today using promo code TMOS at liquidiv.com. All right, so early in the week, Oscar was talking about millennials. Millennials probably get, as far as generations go, pretty bad rap, right? Millennials don't want to work hard. Millennials don't want to do
I think
this.
that's Gen Z.
Yeah, I think
we're millennials.
Millennials are
Are
born.
you a millennial?
No. I think
I might be a
millennials are. I
millennial.
think millennials.
Just
are,
You're older than a millennial. A millennial will be in their my daughter's age, right?
Technically.
I think a millennial is born.
Look it up, Matt.
80 to 2000.
81? All right, I just missed it. 78.
Yeah.
All right.
So Carla is a millennial.
She is. You married a millennial.
No, she's 1980. She's right before the millennial.
Let's just call it, right? That's just the
I'm
we can
dead
round up.
center of.
I don't want to call her a millennial because now you'll say, "Hey, I'm not." Hey, Mike. Yeah, at least I'm not married to a millennial.
Are you a boomer?
I believe I am a boomer.
Mike is a boomer, just on the edge of it. I'm dead center in Generation X.
I'm a boomer, and I can explain that boomers. There was this little conflict. World conflict known as WW2.
Yes, Oscar.
And when the troops came back from World War II, it was intercourse. Constant, nonstop intercourse everywhere. Intercourse at home, intercourse on vacations, intercourse on job sites, in the office, intercourse. And of course, birth control methods were not nearly as sophisticated as they are today. So with the intercourse, there were babies. Babies everywhere. Babies as far as the eye could see. Strollers, carriages. They didn't have any of those stupid papoose things you see nowadays.
Yes.
But it was baby boomers. Baby boomers everywhere. And then they built zoos and circuses and amusement parks and all for boomers.
Yes.
And by the
So
way,
the baby
Disney,
boom went to 1960, I believe. That's the cutoff.
and Disney born out of baby boomers.
Of course.
Yeah.
So it's
that's what
every
it is.
20 years.
Roughly. Well, I mean,
Right, if you look at- if you look-
the boom started post-war. So
But every 20 years, baby boomers.
45 to 60, then 60 to 80 is
Generation
the X. Yeah.
Right?
Right.
And then you've got Gen Z.
Right.
Right. Yeah. So maybe this list isn't about millennials. It's more about what kids today will never have to experience that we had experienced at both of us,
Right.
both our generations as
Okay.
kids. So the
All
first is smoking in cars. We've
Oh,
all
yeah.
been through that. I remember my parents smoking in the
I smoked in a
the
car.
81 Corolla that my dad bought, and I wouldn't think twice about it.
Yeah.
Just what,
I blow a coffin nail or two in the car.
Yeah, my
And with
mom
the
used
window,
to
it was
crack
the best
a window.
place to do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And really, when you're talking about polluting the environment, there wasn't anything like smoking in the car where you could just go, boom, throw it
Yeah,
out the window.
done.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I remember that.
And then comes the brush fire.
when you
I
were
would only do it during the dry season, Rob.
Attaboy.
when you were a smoker, and this happened, I remember in my mom's 86 Celica. And I was just learning how to smoke. I didn't know how to smoke.
Yeah.
In her 86 Celica to hurt her cilia. That's a little biology joke for you.
I'm with you.
I was using her sunroof to ash the cigarette,
Yes.
and the cigarette just blew right into the back seat and burned a hole.
She was
Yeah.
using it, or you
I
were?
was.
Oh, you were having a smoke?
Hand me down, like mid 20s.
So you were blowing a smoke? Oh, cool.
I smoked for 10 years.
I didn't know that.
It was terrible. I didn't really smoke. People would be like, "You're not
What does it
smoking
say that
right."
I like that? That makes me feel good about it.
Shows that you're broken.
I used to smoke Parliament Lights with the recessed filter.
Oh, they were great. I went to those a number of times when I wasn't doing the old Marlboro Light thing, and I smoked as late as the American Spirit craze.
I thought you were a Virginia Slims guy.
Well, that would be late at night when I'm walking up to one of the ladies and saying, "Can I bum?"
Yeah.
And I'd smoke it. I'd smoke it. Didn't like them, but I'd smoke them.
I smoked clove cigarettes.
Remember those? Oh, we had those in the bar.
My mom was a Benson Hedges lady.
No, when I smoked, it was Marlboro.
My parents smoked Kent. You don't even know that.
No, my grandparents smoked Winston.
And
I think Winston wasn't your brand, Winston?
Yes, it was.
Gross.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Trashy.
My aunt smoked Pall Mall, and my uncle smoked Territon.
Territon, what is it? I'd rather fight than switch.
Yeah, absolutely. Cigarette store. So that's it. Smoking in cars. Yeah, they don't even know it.
Yeah,
it's good for them.
Calling the movie phone.
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
I think there are probably people listening right now, if they listen to the show
Welcome
or even on the
to
radio,
movie phone.
that you would call a number to get movie times.
Yes.
And have to wait for all the theaters to go through.
But you know what was even perhaps
100%.
older than that? Do you remember the Washington Post used to devote half a page
to
every
movie
day?
listings?
Yes.
And they'd use both. I would call or I would use the movie.
Yeah.
That's how we got them.
Yeah.
Back in the old days, we went down to the Ben Franklin printing press.
Endeavor.
Yeah, it was
20-minute, 30-minute. If you recall, is it going to play at that theater? You didn't know if something was sold out. You didn't know anything.
It was horrible.
That's a good one. I love these. These are really, really good. What else? Give me another one.
Changing the channel on a TV without a remote.
Well, I remember getting up, getting down, getting up, getting. I remember that with TV, but it's funny. For most of my adult life, it's been the opposite. But I also remember the type of remote that we would use. The type of remote was a push-down remote where you would push down the number or push down the key, and that's how you would do it. And then when you wanted to change to the other one, you push down the other one.
Yeah.
They're big, bulky, and when we referred to them commonly as the clicker.
Yes, because it did click.
Yeah.
I do remember always being told, don't turn the channels so fast. You'll wear it out.
It was a dial.
Yeah. And if you had to go from channel 20 to channel 45, this
and
was
the
a
squiggly lines and the horizontal picture and all that.
VHF.
That's a good one.
The first remote we got was when we got cable TV from Media General, and you got the box that came with the remote. So it was still an analog TV.
And easier to use, right, when they did that.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, God. Yeah.
My parents are so cheap, they didn't get cable forever. So all I remember is my parents yelling down to the basement of our townhouse, 3-story townhouse. And I would have to run up, and my mom would be sitting in her bed, probably smoking, and it would ask me to change the channel. And then
because she didn't want to get up.
Yeah.
You were the remote control.
I was the remote control.
This is how old I am. I date myself here. My certainly after I left my childhood home, that changed. But prior to my leaving, before I left my childhood home without ever having that kind of remote, without ever having cable TV of any kind.
Wow.
We didn't have any when I went away to college. That was it. And I remember we were still changing the channels manually at college, at Marist College.
7 o'clock, time for hee-haw. Put it on.
Yeah. Time for hee-haw and a beer and a Schlitz.
The next on the list, and it's not 5-1, it's not top 10, it's just like
a list.
What resonated, is calling your friends, but speaking to their parents first. Let me give you a little more context. You would call, like I'm going to use Stephen Parker.
Okay.
One of my best friends when I was in 5th grade. I would call and say, "Hi, Mrs. Parker. May I please talk to Stephen if he's free?"
Yeah.
And you'd have to talk to them for like small talk time.
Yeah.
Before the phone would ever, it would be minutes.
One phone for the entire family.
Yes.
Amazing. Absolutely.
Did you
amazing.
ever have to do that?
Yeah. Hello, Mrs. Adams. Can I speak to Jamie? Jamie's not here right now. Would you tell Jamie that we're having some friends over on Friday night if he wants to come?
Yeah.
You'd only do that. You would only do that if time was of the essence and you weren't going to be calling him back. Because that was not a cool move to inform. Because then the parent goes, "What's he doing? Or what's that O'Mara boy?" I had one party, only one that I can remember, that was down in my basement at home, where It was right out of central casting.
Oh, really?
I invited 15 to 16 people, and I had over 80 people at my parents' house. And and my parents weren't out of town. They came home, and it was, I think I managed to kick people out.
Yeah.
But I also heard about that for a very long time.
It was Christmas Eve, right? And you were
Sure.
I remember.
Yeah.
I remember calling, I guess, one of my girlfriends when I was younger. Her name was Becky, and her dad didn't want her. Like, this is how crazy it is. When you can't date till you're 17, right? And she was like 16.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she was only 17.
So I would call, and I'd have to hang up, and then she would call me back.
Right.
Can you imagine being a parent being like, oh, someone just hung up?
Oh my God, you know what? That just made me think of something I haven't thought of in years.
Yeah.
When we had the Christmas tree stand in the wintertime, our family, there was a payphone right by it, but we didn't want to have to pay the quarter if we had to call home. So we would dial, let it ring once, and hang up, get the quarter back, and then the people at the house knew to call down to the payphone.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, all sorts of phone tricks.
Yeah.
Do you guys? I did the dial for years and years and years.
Oh, rotary, sure, yeah.
633.
Oh, if you messed up something, forget about it.
And did you know that bigger cities had ones in the middle of their area code because it was easier on a rotary? You didn't have to do the 0 and make it go all the way around. So like New York City, 212, Chicago, 312.
The other that has to do with phones is international phone calls that would sound like you're on a CB radio.
Yes.
Yeah.
Horrible. You're like, hi,
big delay.
I
Really
just
say.
called to happy birthday. I hope you do what? Like that whole.
Yeah.
There's nothing like that, right?
Nothing like that anymore. You can use a cell phone and talk like you're in the room next.
The last two encyclopedias.
You
had to do the research at your home encyclopedia if you're lucky to have one, or we
didn't have Britannica at our house. We had the World Book.
World Book was a little more friendly. Yeah,
my dad got them for free because he was in the advertising biz, and he got them for free because because the World Book was a sponsor that worked in conjunction.
Thousands of dollars of books back then.
You know, it was sad for us. We had Funk and Wagnalls, and here was the deal: the first volume was 99 cents at the grocery store. And then every week they came out with another volume for like $5. So it took you 26 weeks to get the full set.
I remember in my dad's case, he got free magazines because he was in advertising.
Yeah.
And we had National Geographics that they were a huge sponsor. At Aetna Life and Casualty, they were a huge, huge sponsor. My dad was not involved, but he attended the recording session when they were doing the National Geographic theme. So, and this is
cool.
Boom, 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 down in New York.
Yeah, that's so cool. And didn't he also, wasn't Swank also a sponsor?
Yeah, he kept those.
Yes, of course.
In an undisclosed location. Swank.
The last one is,
yes,
and I think this is just a given, but it's a soft spot in a Blockbuster night.
Yes.
Like a Blockbuster night was you had to travel to the movies, hope that it was there. Also,
ill-fated movie rentals. I hated that
you would
era
also,
of entertainment.
because there was only a handful of tapes
that
were there. You'd wait and ask and wait for someone to return a tape.
Yeah, hang out.
You'd hang out and wait for the latest release.
Yeah.
What a waste of time.
It was sad. It was sad. I hated it. I remember what a hassle, right?
Yeah.
What a business model that we were glad to say goodbye to.
Yep.
Right? Go down. Don't keep it too long.
Yep.
Let's do it. Blah blah blah. No fun at all. And of course, my father, when I told him about Harrison Ford and Melanie Griffith in the movie Working Girl, went down to the local video shop, went into the back, and got a movie title called Working Girls.
Oh.
And my father's line, this is a true story, my dad said, and I didn't know it was one of those movies. And my dad told this story for years and years. He said, I tell you, when I watched it, I couldn't believe it. I really couldn't believe it the second time I watched it. Anyway, thanks, Dad. Love you. We'll come back right after this.
Romeo and Juliet, Antony and Cleopatra, Bogey and Bacall. Add to that list another one of the world's greatest love stories, Mike and Carla O'Mara. Their love is like a red, red rose that's newly sprung in June. Their love is like the melody that's sweetly played in tune. And nowhere is that love story more on display than the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Yes, fall in love with love again and again with a Mike O'Mara Bonus Show subscription. Lovingly tap the banner at MikeO'MaraShow.com and order the TMOS Bonus Show today. You'll love it, just like Carla loves Mike.
Honey, gotta watch the golf. You're making too much noise. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, everybody. Hey, if you think an e-bike can't handle your haul, think again. The all-new Expedition, that's with an X, by Lectric, is the cargo bike. The cargo e-bike, I should point out, designed to carry more, so you can do more while you're enjoying the fresh air, whether you're packing groceries, gear, or even an extra passenger. The Expedition e-bike has you covered. It has a carrying capacity of 450 pounds. You could even carry Brendan Fraser on this thing. And you can go up to 150 miles on a single charge with its double battery setup. It's perfect for carrying passengers, including the kids. Electric e-bikes are foldable, they ship free, fully assembled, and there are over 250,000 dedicated riders on the road so far. Electric has something for everybody. Oscar is all over the district, and he loves it, plus no parking fees. Check out the all-new Expedition Cargo e-bike from Electric. Visit electricebikes.com to learn more about the Expedition Cargo e-bike and all of the other sweet rides. They've got them. Electric has all those to offer.
Everything.
LECTRIC ebikes.com, people. Thank you.
Hello. Upside down.
Roll over, rolling,
Rolling, yeah.
let me roll it.
Flip, flop, and fly.
Flip the switch.
The flip side.
So you mentioned it earlier. I'd feel I wasn't doing my job if I didn't play it. It's from TikTok, and Oscar sent it to us. Actor Chaz Palminteri. And he's standing in a snowstorm, and he's just rethinking some of his choices in life.
Please, somebody tell me, why do I live here? Why? Why? I have money. I can live anywhere I want to live. Why am I living here? This is f***ing crazy. It's the end of March, and it's a f***ing blizzard. Look at... Oh, my God. I should be in Florida. I should be in Texas. I should be anywhere. California. What the f*** am I doing here? I gotta get out of here. This is nuts. This is absolutely nuts.
So I love that clip. It's just so real, simple. I love it. Like good food. It was fantastic.
Mike, if I say to you the name Charla Nash, does it mean anything to you?
Rob, I know that it was a tragic chimpanzee attack that she survived. She's
very, very brave.
She's gone to the hereafter now, and she had one of the first face transplants where they transplanted her entire face. And yes, I remember.
The problem, Mike, is that she was attacked by a chimp named Travis. I found out his name was Travis, and you'd think people would learn and move on, and this wouldn't happen again unless...
I can't believe I worked so closely with a chimpanzee. This is long before they realized that these were lethal creatures.
It's so true, and you escaped with your life, right?
I remember doing a commercial with Don where we were giving away some money, and my line was your chance to win, and I had to say it, not shout it, but I had to say it loud. $10,000. And every time I would raise my voice like that, one of the fingers on the chimp's hand that was around my neck, the chimp had its big hand like this, and I would feel it constrict. Didn't like the raised voice.
Oh. Did at any point...
But I mean, I thought about that in later years. It's a true story.
At any point did the chimp say, I don't like it when you raise your voice.
Lancelot. Well, what are we going to do now, Mara?
What are we gonna do now, Lance?
So, Mike, in Oklahoma, there's a lady named Brittany Parker, and she's just at her house, and there's a monkey on the loose.
Is it a chimp?
I don't know. They're vague about it. They're vague. They just call it a monkey. But
well, we'll be able to hear it. Probably.
Yeah, it doesn't know. This is her recapping it.
Okay.
So it didn't end well.
I looked out the window and there was a monkey looking at me. And I took a second take and I was like, there's a monkey on the front porch. He was trying to get into my house, the little button that you push in on your screen door. He had broke it off. I was literally hanging on to the door, trying to hold my door closed. He crawled, jumped up my back and landed on my head, grabbed handfuls of hair and just ripped it out, and then ripped my ear almost completely off of my head.
That sounds like
terrifying.
A chimp.
Could be.
Moo.
Could be.
Now you know, I mean, I wonder that much power. I don't know. They're strong creatures, but doesn't that sound like a chimp? Where they go right for the? Because one of the things they do, apparently, they go right for the face. They go for the hair, the face, the eyes. It's
terrifying.
Horrible. Yeah, very terrifying.
And let us close with this today. This is another TikToker. Her name is Amy Moore Creel, and she has some advice, perhaps just a life lesson for her children.
Message to my children. How many times did I come and look at your Minecraft worlds? You guys can fucking watch the TikToks that I send you.
Amen, sister. Amen.
Yeah. Nice. Sounds like a really nice lady. Doesn't it?
You say what you will. She's got both her ears.
Good for her. Staying away from those crazy monkeys.
Crazy. They're actually crazy now, ain't they?
Yeah, how about that? Yeah, they showed up at the door. We got to get out of here. We'll be back with a brand new episode tomorrow. Be careful. Stay the course with your financial affairs. Make sure you do that, ladies and gentlemen.
Don't pay.
And if you're going to spring break, try to avoid the boxing. That would be our advice to you. We'll be back tomorrow for Rob Spiewak and Oscar Santana. Mike O'Mara saying so long, everybody.
Stay the course, Mike.
Ciao, ciao.
Yeah.
Want more? Make sure you check out the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
I will look for you. I will find you. And I will kill you.
You can't dance fast enough for me. Do you understand?
Hello.
The archers are ready, sire.
Not the archers. My scouts tell me they're archers and idle. They have no threat to us. Shadows cost money. Keep up the Irish. Red cost nothing.
Get off my property or I'll call the cops on you.